calls African Americans thugs, Muslims terrorists, Latinos rapists and criminals, and women bimbos. Hillary Clinton believes that racism, hatred, injustice, and bigotry have no place in our country. She fights for us.
Yet I'll say it over and over and over again. The woman who she's talking about, Hillary, who is under FBI investigation, takes money from countries, millions of dollars from countries that kill gays and that treat women like garbage. So I'm a little confused. Maybe Noelle Nikpour could alleviate my confusion to some degree. A Republican congressional candidate down in Florida's 18th congressional district. She's running for Congress, folks. And of course, the author of Branding America. Your call's coming up at 877 Newsmax. There's the book. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
So how's the campaign going?
Oh, it's going well. But I've got to be honest with you. I think all the candidates would agree in my district that are running, and a lot of candidates nationwide, that the Trump, Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders show has really kind of dwarfed a lot of races that should be in the forefront.
Well, there's a lot of talk about the congressional races and the Senate races and them being affected when push comes to shove. A lot of Republicans, establishment Republicans, are saying, "Oh my God, we're going to lose the House, we're going to lose the Senate." Well, as a candidate running in a primary, albeit at this point, how do you think the Trump candidacy is going to affect the House and Senate races?
It depends on where you live, and it depends on your district. Let's just take my district, Florida 18. Overwhelmingly, it went for Trump. So, of course, I endorse Trump because you have to be, for your district, you have to be their voice. So you have to do what the people want.
You went to Mar-a-Lago and announced that here, I want Trump. Yeah.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Good.
No, but if you look at somewhere like in Pennsylvania, it might be a different case. You've got Pat Toomey in a very tough race, and he's really should have a smooth sail, but you have New Hampshire, you have Kelly Ayotte, you have Florida's Senate seat, Marco Rubio's old Senate seat. He just got back in. We were looking, that didn't look so hot. That was very purple. That could have gone Democratic. We could have lost that seat.
You think that it's a shoo-in that he's going to win that seat back?
I think that he's got a darn good chance to take his own seat back. He's got A, great name ID, and B, people in his district around Miami area, and they really like Marco. He's done a lot,
What do you make of, Hillary and Warren together? And Warren, she is a vicious, mean attack dog. This appeals probably to the Sanders people, I guess, and maybe that's why Hillary's doing it.
Yeah, you have two types. For one, if you look at it, you've got the pantsuit brigade. Both the women are in pantsuits.
I was hoping she'd say that because I wasn't going to say it. Yeah, okay.
They love it. They're wearing their pantsuits, and they're talking about Trump and how PC he's not, and it's true. Trump is not PC. But let's look at Elizabeth Warren.
But he doesn't call blacks thugs and Mexicans rape. They make it sound like he thinks that of all the people, and that's ridiculous.
But look what she's done. She's got a record.
Flipping houses, lying about being Native American.
Benghazi,
Hillary.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Hillary FBI investigation.
Hey, just read that book. There's a book that's out with the guy that worked for Secret Service that told about her personality.
He will be on this show July 5th. The Secret Service agent who stood outside the Oval Office for 8 years. He's blowing the lid off the Clintons, folks, and the mainstream media is already getting ready to trash him. Of course.
Well, of course, so, but here's the thing. Why would a Secret Service agent, why would he lie about such strange information?
He's part of the vast right-wing conspiracy, yes. All right, to the phones we go at 877 Newsmax. First up, we go to Palm Springs, California, and Jerry. Hi, Jerry.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
First of all, I'd like to tell you I really enjoy your show.
Thank you, sir.
And I'd also like to say that I've lived in Palm Springs for 25 years, and unfortunately, in the last 25 years, both sides of the aisle are guilty of ignoring the border that is an hour and 15 minutes south of here. This valley is flooded with golf courses, and it's flooded with illegals, and it's just really a shame what's happened to Southern California. And when you couple that with a state and a governor that gives driver's licenses and tremendous amount of welfare payments and free cell phones too.
Oh, you got it worse than almost any other state with your governor and those laws and that goofy state legislature. Absolutely. So you think Trump has a shot in California?
Well, he does in this valley. I live in Rancho Mirage, and it's very conservative. He certainly does in this city. But the reason I called is, could you correct me or agree with me? Am I to understand that while Hillary was Secretary of State, she was giving Laureate University $55 million in grants?
Yes, while
For
Bill
them
Clinton was
to-
getting paid $16 million in fees over the course of many years from that university, a university that went belly up. This is a bigger scandal than any Trump university, and nobody but Roger Stone talks about it. The media won't go near it because they're protecting Hillary at all costs. Noelle, there is so much evidence against Hillary. Like I said, if it was Trump, every time you'd say his name would be who's under FBI investigation.
Yeah.
Nothing about Hillary. And when Hillary is blasted by Trump, they say, oh, he read that off a teleprompter. And that becomes the debate. I mean, it's insanity.
Well, the Clintons have kind of a Teflon brand as a family. They have kind of a family Teflon brand where they're doing all sorts of shenanigans. But you've got to remember that people don't hold the Clintons to a high standard. The bar is so low. Look what Bill did in the Oval Office. This is all coming out with that he had more honeys on the side. You've got Hillary and the fact that she is so, turned on by power that she doesn't care how many people her husband sing. You had the most dysfunctional political family ever, and now we thought we got rid of them. Well, originally I'm from Arkansas, and we gave them, to the country, and now they're back.
You're to blame. They're back. Jerry, you're right, Jerry. As far as I know, you're right, and we will do much more on that as we go along. I promise you. The media, though, won't touch any of Hillary's baggage. You could be sure of that. Mary Rose from Melrose Park, Illinois, is with us. Hello, Mary Rose.
Hi, Steve. How
Hi.
you doing?
Good. What's up today?
I just got a comment. Elizabeth Warren, okay? She's a hypocrite and a chooch. With her and that lion Hillary, the way they bash Trump, and the way she, like you say, she's vicious. But if Trump said something, oh, my God, all hell breaks loose.
Well, Mary Rose, and Noelle, they portray Trump. She portrays Trump as a money grubber who likes to take advantage of people when things go bad. She flipped houses. She's a house flipper.
Well, I'd like to say something about the big money grubber, taking money from people. Guess what? He has not taken very many donations.
No.
He's been self-funding this
He's a
campaign for a long
businessman,
time.
for
And
crying out loud.
She's been taking money and using her position of power to raise money for her Clinton Foundation, which is so, the whole thing is just borderline gray area, unethical. It's just sleazy.
And how could there not be an investigation, an IRS investigation into the Clinton Foundation? How could there be no investigation when conservative group after conservative group was harassed by the IRS?
I'd like to know, I'm a congressional candidate, and I had
You
to go,
are?
I
did not know that she was a congressional candidate.
I had to file, before the ethics
Disclosure
committee
and
and
all
everything.
that?
I know that I doubt I could be able to run if I was under federal investigation. I'm being, possibly I could be indicted, but hey, I'm going to run. They would be like, you need to finish your business.
No, it's amazing that she's allowed to run, and we'll wait and see what happens with that. Mary Rose, always good to hear from you. Susan from Rex, Georgia, is next. Hello, Susan.
Hi, Bill. How are you tonight?
I've been called a lot worse than Bill, but it's Steve. But that's okay.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Susan. I'm only playing with you. Go ahead.
Okay. What I wanted to say is I find it reprehensible, the comparison that people that support Donald J. Trump are ignorant and they are uneducated. I have a business degree, and it disgusts me that we are put in this little tunnel and this group of people that are uneducated that would vote for Trump. One of the reasons that I am for Trump and am not for Hillary is because I cannot withstand a person who has made so many unethical decisions in her private life and in her business that she would turn and then look with at Donald J. Trump and say, oh, you know what? Look what he did with Trump University.
Susan, she only gets away with this because the media lets her. She is the most flawed candidate. She has corruption up to here, and the media will not. When I went on CNN and I brought up the fact that as a defense attorney, she helped get a child rapist off and then trashed the little girl and also laughed about getting the child rapist off, they said to me, "Oh, no, 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 we can't talk about that," and they said goodbye. They're literally
I'm going to say this. This is what I think about her and Elizabeth Warren. When I see those two women in their pantsuits, I am appalled as a woman to be lumped into the same category as either of them.
Well, Susan,
I'm a mother.
I appreciate the call, and if we had, if we were able to, Noelle would stand up, and you'd see she's wearing a very lovely dress. She's not wearing a pantsuit. She is no pantsuit brigade. Neither are you. And I thank you, Susan, for the call. Hey, folks, Noelle's sticking around. Jack Abramoff, former D.C. lobbyist and author, is with us next. Don't miss this. Noelle Nikpour is still here, Republican congressional candidate down in Florida's 18th CD. When's the primary?
August 30th.
August 30th. Make sure you vote if you're down there. Also the author of Branding America. Very interesting commentary from Jack Abramoff. Said that, that if it had been another one of the candidates running on the Republican side, unless they came up with some kind of issue themselves, it should have been clear sailing for the most part for them. And he still holds out hope for Trump. But, it's going to take time and we'll see.
Yeah, he does have a point. You've got to remember who Jack Abramoff was, in the early days. He actually was responsible for the Reagan, the grassroots movement with the youth vote.
Yeah.
And that's something that we really haven't talked much about is, what's going on with the youth vote for,
well,
for
the
Trump
organization. He harped on the fact that Trump should have better organization in place by now in many of these, especially swing states.
Yeah, and he's right. And he does know a little bit something, about campaigning and organizing.
Absolutely.
And, if he's saying that Trump has got, a problem or a disconnect with his organization, and you're hearing it from pundits and everybody else, somebody has got to, and I'm just wondering if maybe Trump is, he's self-made, he's, a mogul, maybe he's not listening to the consultants.
Bingo.
Yeah.
All right, to the phones we go. B is in Bensalem Township, Pennsylvania. Hello, B.
Hi, Steve.
How are you?
My question. Okay. I'm really aggravated over this whole thing. I'm 72 years old and I never voted in my life till I saw Donald Trump was going to run, and I went out and voted. When I hear what's going on with these illegal tapes and this crooked Hillary, I can't even stand to watch her on TV. I shut her off when she comes on.
I'm with you. It really gets my stomach going, and it's hard to watch. I have no desire to watch what she's saying because I know what she's going to say.
It boils me. It really does, and I can't understand why his campaign people don't contact that Justice Department every day and harass them to get her on the indictment.
Well, they can't do that. B, they can't do that. What Donald Trump could do and should do every single day from now to the end of the election is make sure he's in front of that microphone and say what you're saying and talk about the corruption and the Clinton Foundation and the university. And you know what? If we had Republican representatives with any guts, with any decency, which McConnell and Ryan do not have, they should be doing it every day too. And Noelle, let me ask you about that. One thing that Bill Kristol said was, because McConnell yesterday refused to say if Trump was qualified, and he said, if you're going to support Trump, then support Trump. If you're not, then don't. But this game they're playing is sick.
This is really bad. It's a big division in our party, and it's something that we've already had trouble with. The GOP has been fractured, and one of the things that we were hoping for was a unity, and we're not seeing it. Even though we have a nominee, we're not seeing a lot of unity.
Well, when you get to Congress, you kick their butts.
That's right.
And you tell them Steve said.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you for the call, B. I really appreciate it. Okay, folks, up next, we're going to have more of your calls. Miranda Khan will be here with a special report. And then a Gimme 5. The former governor of Arizona was on CNN, and she really was on the mark. That'll be the Gimme 5. You're not going to want to miss it. Coming up next right here on the Steve Malzberg Show.